Okay guys, so in our last video we covered the overhand shuffle control. In this video I'm going to be showing you one of the many tricks that you can do with the overhand shuffle control. Now I'm not sure of the origins of this trick, I just know that I've been using it for a while and this is how it goes. So you need 4 of a kind for this trick and we'll just use the aces. This will of course be something that you will do before your trick starts, okay? Because there's nothing worse than halfway through a performance having to pause it and find 4 of a kind before you start. Okay. So to begin this trick you simply place 2 aces on top and 2 aces on the bottom. That is your setup. Now, performance goes like this. I'm just going to go through the mechanics. So firstly, your first step is to convince the audience that you are actually shuffling the deck. We do that with a false shuffle, which you've already learned on the channel. So slide the middle out, kick up the top, turn over, done. There is a video on that, go and check it out and come back. Or use your favourite false shuffle that you have, either way. That has of course retained the 4 aces in their original position. Now from this position you need to convince them that they're selecting a perfectly random card. My personal preference with this is I either use the cut deeper false or the slip cut false. You will of course need to use more than one, but we'll get to that. So first one, we're just going to do the cut deeper false, okay? So you get them to pick up a section of cards, turn it face up, drop it down. You get them to do the same again, a little bit deeper, and that's like that. Now, you go through, tell them to that the first face down card is the one that they've randomly picked. Don't use the word randomly. It is of course the ace, and your other one is there. Now from this position you'll notice that you have a stack of cards here that are useless for the trick, whereas this packet you have 1 ace on top and the other 2 aces on the bottom. It is not anything to anyone if you simply slot that in the middle and then do a false riffle, okay? It really is nothing, okay? So for this you mind and let the first 2 cards, which are aces, drop first, bearing in mind your other aces here. Riffle the other cards, let the ace drop last, and you're back into original position. As far as they're concerned, you've just reassembled the deck and shuffled it, okay? Now, I did say that this would use the overhand shuffle control, and here it comes. You are in position with the ace on top, okay? You bring the ace to the bottom, so that you now have a stack of 3 aces on the bottom. You then shuffle as normal. Okay. When you get to a certain amount of cards, use your own judgment. Say about that many. Okay. You shuffle them off individually and when done at proper speed it'll be nothing more than completing the shuffle. So now your aces are in position on top. Okay, so now we do the slip cut force. Tell me when to stop. They do. Again, I've got a video on the slip cut force. Go and check it out and come back. So you grip with these fingers, open it book fashion and slide out the middle section, pointing to it and saying, I've seen that one. It's not good you're having that, or some other thing. That goes down there, and you say, oh, but I will give you that one because it's the next one down, and I don't know what it is. Where in reality that's an ace, and the other two are on top of that packet. Okay, so you can literally flash this section. You can go, they're not in any specific order or anything like that. And you reassemble, remembering that your aces are in position like that. Okay, now you can use the overhand shuffle control again, bringing that card and that card to the bottom, shuffling off so they're on the bottom. Again, doing it in reverse. When you get to a few cards, do them individually, and that brings the two aces back to the top. And you might be looking at that going, well, that would never work in the real world. Well, I'll tell you something now. The average person who's had no contact with magic will either do an overhand shuffle or a very bad riffle shuffle, like that. Okay? They will not rumble you for controlling aces. They just won't. Okay? So having done that, do your next favourite force and give them the next ace. The overhand shuffle controlled again. You got an ace there. So I controlled it to the bottom and I controlled it to the top. Okay. Do your next favourite force. Give them the next ace. Show them that the deck is untampered with, and then do your reveal for the four aces. Okay, so just as a little addendum to the end of this trick, you can use whichever forces you feel you're most comfortable with using. Doesn't have to be the ones that I've suggested here, but I'll give you another couple of options. We have the counting force. I will link the video to the counting force at the top of the screen here. So go and watch the video for the counting force. Essentially, you're forcing a card, we'll say the 6 of spades, by saying pick a number between 1 and 52. They say 6, you count down 6. Put the rest of the pack aside. Do a reverse count, bringing your card back to the top. And you say, okay, pick a number between 1 and 6. They gradually and slowly eliminate all of the cards until you're left with the original one. And all of the time you're counting down. Say they've gotten rid of them. Say you've got 4 left. So on the bottom, and you're doing a reverse count all the time to bring it back to the top. And eventually they will pick the card that you want them to have. And another force you can use is the crosscut force, which is a very bold thing to do. Have your control card on the top, tell them to tell you to stop, they do, and all you do is a very bold cut, mark the cut. Okay, so run through that once more. This is a really bold thing to do. You say tell me when to stop, they do. Okay, and all you do is you bring the top packet towards you like that, and as if going over the top, right? So this hand comes in towards you as this one comes away, so you're going like this. Okay, marking the cut. Leave that like that for a few minutes while you talk to them, distract them, so that they forget what you've just done. Seems really bold, but it does work in the real world. Thank you for listening, guys. If you like what you've seen, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share the video. It really does help the channel out. I'll see you next time.